Hello, I'm Erin Pavlina. Has someone ever referred to you as an old soul? An old soul is someone who has been to Earth for many lifetimes and carries a greater than average wisdom and insight about what it means to be a spiritual being having a human experience. Are you an old soul? Here are 7 ways you can tell. Old souls have been to Earth many times. Even though you may not remember all of those lives while you're having this life, you may notice that certain things seem quite familiar. For example, you may visit a city you've never been to before, but it feels so familiar that you're actually able to navigate the streets intuitively because you just know exactly how to get somewhere. You may recognize an old building because your past self worked there. You may feel drawn to a certain location because your past self lived there many years ago. You may have a strong desire to visit a certain place because your soul remembers the joy it felt being there in the past. In addition to areas feeling familiar, an old soul can often remember pieces of their past lives. For example, I have strong memories of living in Texas, Turkey, Maine, and London, even though I have never visited these places in this lifetime. I remember drowning in a wash, throwing myself off a tall cliff, dying on a hot staircase in Egypt, and running for my life through a forest. I remember past life lovers, children, and friends. The more you incarnate, the more you will remember your past lives here. You may have vivid dreams of your past lives here as well. Old souls have a tendency to be very wise and insightful. This too comes from having experienced many lifetimes and being witness to events here on Earth when you were on the other side in between lives. Old souls tend to have more depth, more intelligence, and a sense of inner peace. You will remember that life is like acting in a movie, but your real self, your higher self, lives in the ether. Old souls have a tendency to remember their lives in the ether, which is where we come from and where we return when we are done with this physical incarnation. While on Earth, you will have an innate sense that this life is temporary and that home is on the other side. You will remember that you chose to incarnate, and you may even remember why you chose these particular life circumstances. You may remember selecting your spirit guides and taking the plunge back to Earth. You know who you really are. You are in touch with your higher self, and you recognize that you have a soul. Old souls will feel a strong connection to the other side, meaning that you will be very intuitive and have a strong sense of oneness, compassion, and love. You will remember that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You will be able to tap into your cosmic connection. You may be able to consciously channel wisdom from celestial beings or connect to your spirit guides, merge with your higher self, connect with the ascended masters, or tap into source energy. Being able to do this while incarnated on Earth may seem like a magical power, but it will come easily to you because there is a part of you that remembers who you really are and where you really come from. Oftentimes, old souls will incarnate with a specific intent to help others who are struggling, especially those who are new to physicality. You will be drawn to professions where you help others, such as being a counselor, teacher, doctor, minister, social worker, etc. You will notice that people naturally gravitate to you for advice and that you seem to be able to give it without a lot of judgment. Old souls can usually see the bigger picture. They don't let the trials and tribulations of physical living cause them too much worry. In other words, they don't sweat the small stuff because they know it's all small stuff. You will remember that life has its ups and downs. You may experience tragedies and you may suffer, but you will also find gratitude in your experiences. You'll remember that in the grand scheme of things, you cannot be harmed. Your soul is always intact. You will have a sense of oneness with everyone on the planet, knowing that you are connected to every other soul, like a thread that is part of a greater tapestry. So what do you think? Are you an old soul? What do you remember?